10 seconds remaining.
Hello there, folks. Welcome back to the
5
BTS
seconds
SEA Cup
remaining.
#1. We're here on day 2 in the round of 16, actually, where Execration is currently taking on Team iDeal. I'm joined here,
Radiant
of
team
course, by
pick.
WinteR. Gods is a bum. He went to bed, and I'm stuck casting with this chump. Just kidding. How you doing, WinteR?
Wow. Thanks a lot.
I'm just kidding. I love you. All right. You gotta have some flames, WinteR.
Okay.
Nothing.
I think that's fair since I flamed you the last game.
10
Okay,
seconds
now we're
remaining.
even. Now we're even. I promise I'll never flame you again.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know how
I
long
know
that...
I know you're not gonna keep that promise.
Yeah, well, according to you, I always
Dire
break my
team
promises, so I might as well make whatever promises I want if they'll get me something. Alright, so we're underway. It's game number 2, best of 3. Execration currently trailing 0-1.
Dire
At
team
least
back.
according to Gods, they came in as favorites, and I generally defer to his judgment on all things SEA here. So, iDeal looking good. iDeal this time will be the Radiant side, and the first pick will be a bit different. Execration going to first pick the Earthshaker. Last game that was banned,
Radiant
WinteR.
team back.
And, well, it was denied to Iwi, perhaps. Although I guess he's
Dire
not the
team
Earthshaker
back.
player anymore since he's playing the 1 position, but it's denied to the team anyway. But this time they'll get it right away.
Yeah, it's very surprising that the teams are not prioritizing Lina. I think Lina is probably the best hero after Lashrock right now in the patch.
10
Lina,
seconds
Bounty
remaining.
Hunter, and Lash is probably the 3 best heroes. Gyro would be, I
5
guess, the
second-
4th hero
5
after
seconds
those 3
remaining.
heroes. So it's kind of surprising that Lina's not getting picked at all.
Reserve time.
Yeah, that is a little surprising.
I think the only games that I didn't cast all the games, but I don't know if the series you did earlier today they were Lina, but in the Fnatic games only Fnatic were picking Lina. The opponent were not picking. They didn't really prioritize in trying to snag the Lina as early as possible.
It's just such a
Radiant
versatile
team-
pick, I feel like.
Radiant
Whether it's
team
support or
pick.
core, and then it always scales well, no matter what you're up against. If you're up against just squishier heroes, great. BKB carries, easy. I mean, maybe there's a few
Dire
heroes that
team
give it
pick.
trouble, but the laning's strong. It can farm stacks. It really feels like Lina just is a very balanced core who brings a bit of everything to the table.
Yeah, she does everything very well. That's the issue. That's why she's I feel a very good first phase pick for any team running any sort of strategies. She works well in a push strategy and a split push strategy.
10
In general,
seconds
most of the
remaining.
lineups it's okay to have Lina in it. That's how strong the pick
5
is.
seconds remaining.
Let's see what happens with the rest of the draft here. Now the third pick coming out for Execration.
Reserve
Gyro
time.
Earthshaker, they've got their team fight. Is this where you go for like
Darkseer.
a Darkseer for more team fight, WinteR?
Yeah, why not? Why not? More team fight. And Darkseer is like one of the stronger offlaners as well in the patch. So, and at TI we saw how devastating the Darkseer could be. So Darkseer plus Gyro is one of the best combinations you can have between the spells, Vacuum into Cooldown and the Fissure as well.
I feel like CDEC really brought Darkseer back. I don't really
Radiant
remember seeing
team
too much of
Isn't-
him before they
Isn't
started playing him.
eHome the team that I think eHome actually started to pick it
eHome
more.
as well. They probably did it first. You're right. ROTK really enjoys his Darkseer.
There we go, the Lina pick. Hopefully it's a mid Lina. I actually like the mid Lina this game a lot. It's very good at dominating the SF, and having the Shaker on your team means that it's always a
10
threat towards the
seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Fiend, that if you don't see the Earthshaker you have to play very safe, because just one
5
fissure,
seconds
the
remaining.
Lina is going to be able to kill the Shadow Fiend straight up.
And this
Reserve
also gives them
time.
a solution to a farm Shadow Fiend later on. A lot of single target burst. Something they didn't really have going into this pick. So Execration getting a nice balanced opening here. Good magical damage. And eventually pure. Good BKB counters. Some physical damage from the Gyro.
Dire team
A
Pretty
bit of
strong
everything.
lanes.
A bit of everything, I'd say.
Yeah. How about this?
I-
iDeal Rubik picked up. Rubik Dazzle
Good
is the
stuff.
support duo here, so they're a bit light on the actual damage output.
But very strong in the lane, like zoning and dominating the lanes, making sure everyone gets, the safe lane gets protected well by these two supports, even though they don't have a lot of kill potential,
10
like
seconds
ganking
remaining.
wise, but they are very good at keeping their carry safe in the lane.
5 5 seconds
So
remaining.
I feel that iDeal will pick a very farming carry, maybe anti-mage this
Reserve
game.
time.
Since Clock doesn't take up much space on the map, Shadowfiend will be taking his farm, obviously, and the jungle, it's a Radiant Shadowfiend. So Shadowfiend is obviously automatically taken care of, being in mid and on Radiant side. So I feel they can afford to go for a very greedy carry here in the safe lane.
Radiant team back.
Let's see what that carry might be. iDeal
Dire
Phantom
team
Lancer
back.
is out there.
Yeah, Phantom Lancer is okay as well. It's very good with the Dazzle. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't count that out.
The anti-mage, of course, like you said. Anything less conventional that might
10
work here?
seconds remaining.
Razor.
That's conventional.
Oh, there's an interesting ban.
Radiant team.
There's a ban I
That's-
haven't seen in a very long time.
Yeah, we saw it at TI a lot on the teams that you pick Gyro and you're up against a Chinese team, you ban Razor, especially against eHome.
It's funny because I don't think I saw a single game where a team actually picked Razor where I felt like the Razor was even did anything. You know, it never felt very strong, but I guess teams are just afraid of it.
Yeah, I think you're right here. In this
10
situation, I don't
seconds
think
remaining.
iDeal would have actually gone for the Razor, but it's
5
it's
seconds
more likely they go
remaining.
for a much more greedy carry. A PL AM. What else is there?
Reserve
PL
time.
AM seems to be the two strongest one that I always think of in the current patch.
Yeah, I mean, there's others, but a lot of them just have huge weaknesses. Like there's Slark,
Yep.
but there's so much AoE for him.
I don't think it's a very good slot game though. That's like you mentioned, too much AoE and too much lockdown stuns and fissure light strike array. Well,
Jug.
it's actually Juggernaut. I just
Our
randomly
team-
said maybe it's Juggernaut. I didn't actually think Juggernaut is the best pick here. I'm just throwing it out.
The
But-
one thing that's cool about the Jug, though, is they do have that really strong pushing, like, heal composition if they want. Shadow Fiend Dazzle and the healing
Yeah.
ward. You can get your mech in just 5-man, I guess. But you're 5-manning into this team fight that Execration have, so kind of scary if they decide to go that route.
Akolina is very strong against Juggernaut too, so
10 seconds remaining.
but it's very good in the lane though. I wouldn't argue with that. Rubik Juggernaut
5
is
seconds
definitely much
remaining.
stronger than Phantom Lancer Rubik or Anti-Mage Rubik, that's for sure. But Juggernaut
Reserve
is
time.
like it's much weaker against Lina. That's the only concern I have.
And in the end, it will be an axe that rounds things out. Execration, more magic immunity piercing disable here from the call. And the Lina ultimate, of course, big damage. So we get
Yeah,
a solution
as
here.
much of Axe being a good counter pick towards Dazzle and really good in the lane against Juggernaut, but against this lane and of Rubik, Dazzle, and Juggernaut, I'm not sure how well Axe can do in the lane because when you talk about Axe as an offlaner, he needs to get protected. So this game they have the Witch Doctor. They are more or less likely going to put the Witch Doctor plus Axe on the offlane together. But I'm not sure if the Witch Doctor alone is going to be enough to deal with to help the Axe deal with this lane of Rubik, Dazzle, and Juggernaut. I still think the Axe might have a very hard time here.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll find out soon as the draft ends. The teams get ready. Here we go. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
pause.
You got the pause. You know, gotta relax a little bit. This is where we go through effigies. What do we got here?
You know, I just like how much you use just kidding to build yourself out. Okay, let's go, guys. Okay, just kidding.
I like these. I like this effigy from Chemo. Although I don't. It's supposed to be this is Sparta, not Spartan, but he made an effort. At least they have effigies. I've noticed some teams really don't.
I don't have an effigy.
Why not?
I'm not a Spartan.
Well, you disappoint me, WinteR. It should be
We
it should be
have a
home in
game.
trouble with the Bat
Let's
Rider.
go.
Like, that's your
Have a game.
iconic moment.
We have a game. Let's go. We have Gyrocopter played by Airway, and we have Lumik, not the captain of the team anymore. He's not drafting. He's playing on the Witch Doctor. Nando, the new mid on the Lina. Fox will be.
All right, and over on the Radiant side, iDeal Toy going to be playing the Shadow Fiend. They are leady ones here on the best of 3. Noki, your Rubik player. YO2 handling the
30
Dazzle.
seconds to
It will be
battle.
TNT on the Juggernaut, and that does leave KYT as the Clockwork. They made a 5-man movement into the enemy woods. Or 4-man, actually, now the Axe going back towards the top side of the map. They are in position here for potential trap to be sprung, but TNT with that Blade Fury level 1. Not the easiest here to kill. Hoping that someone will run towards the rune. This could be bad for TNT if he doesn't get off the Blade Fury right away, and, oh, well, he doesn't. Now the rocket barrage coming out, but he will dodge the follow-up nukes and
The battle
make it out of there in the
begins.
end. Felt like maybe if they like fissured as he came around the corner, then light strike array, they could get close to killing him, but it didn't work out in the end. And I've lost my WinteR. All right, I guess he's gotten bored of this game and gone on to bigger and better things. Now comes the courier mid. It's going to deliver a salve here to Toy. Looks like we might be having a bit of a connection issue. We'll see if we can get that sorted out. And meanwhile, Fox rotating up into the Radiant Woods. Noki on the other side of the trees. They try to deward this one, but they're going to miss it actually twice. Very unfortunate.
Oh no. I'm back.
You're
I don't
back.
know what happened.
Hello, WinteR.
Yeah, the sentry unfortunately was. Usually you place this here.
You're kind of quiet now. I'm not sure if there's anything you can do to change that.
Oh, on Skype?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Oh,
Well, you got
okay.
louder there.
I think they needed to. Usually you place the sentry more towards the middle, a little more to the left here, so you can actually get this spot as well. But that's unfortunate.
Like over here.
They're not going to
yeah.
be able to. They're not going to be able to pull, but this is what I like more about picking the X. You give the X 1v1. It's a much better time for the X rather than going into the tri-lane.
Yeah, let's see. Axe right now, 1v1 against a Clockwork. So that is a very good matchup for the Axe generally.
Yeah, and against any melee heroes, it's very good for X.
And, well, meanwhile, that just happened mid. Shadowfiend with the solo kill on Alina. I guess Toy must have hit the raises. 2 raises there, and that is not... If there's a kill in that matchup, it's normally the other way at this stage of the game. Very unexpected. Great pickup.
Yeah, when it happens this early, I think that Lina was trying to kill the SF because the SF was low, so that might be the case. I didn't catch what happened.
Well, that makes 2 of us,
can-
WinteR. I'm off to a bad start here. My first day back at casting in a couple weeks, and you know, missing 2 first bloods in 4 games. That one I
Don't
don't
worry.
feel too bad about though.
Illusion.
Don't worry, my friend. Things will get better. And right now, the supports of Execration are going to try and get the revenge kill on the SF. The revenge kill.
He's busy raising these illusions down, and while he's out of position a bit, they're going to go in. Initial cast should set up the fissure. The follow-up Lina stun is there, and it connects. And down he goes. Chemo almost dying to the tower damage, but he'll salve up. So that first rotation successful. It allows them to get even up the kill score, and then on top of that, they are off to a very hot start here in terms of CS. In fact, all 3 of the top 3, all 3 of their cores are atop the chart of farm, I should say. Burden now backing off for Yui. Blade Fury was forced out. Now he goes on to YO2, who does have Grave Force to use it immediately. This tri-lane getting run over just by a Gyrocopter, who continues to dive. Almost finds him. 1 donk from that club will do him in, but doesn't even need the fissure in the end, or the initial auto attack. He'll just get the kill the old-fashioned way. Meanwhile, mid lane, Toy being pursued. Nando, he's going to have a nuke here soon. Not quite enough damage for the kill. But heavy back and forth exchanges all around the map.
But it's, like you mentioned, much better for Execration since they are winning the CS battle on all 3 lanes. And if this continues, the Lina will be like very strong in the next few minutes when he gets his ultimate. He's going to be able to get kills anywhere on the map. And I think in this game, the Axe can probably play greedy, you know, like get a Vanguard instead of rushing the dagger, because I think might be a good option for him. It's not necessarily a dagger being the best first choice for him this game, I feel.
So what do you think about this Juggernaut right now? Like he is pretty hard to kill with Blade Fury, but do you see him really being able to do much here, or is he just going to have to kind of play defensively?
I think they can actually kill if they get a good lift off into the Blade Fury. It depends on the situation and the positioning. They have damage though with the lift into the spin and the heal from the Dazzle, but they are playing very defensive. We are very scared of the Earthshaker maybe fissure blocking them in the middle of the lane, separating them. And the Juggernaut, I think he started with a boots as well, so he didn't have a lot of regen into the lane. That's why he's struggling.
Yeah, I think like you said, they were expecting the Axe to be here over this aggressive tri-lane. I mean, he did scout them in his woods, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're tri-laning you.
Yeah, I feel they kind of didn't expect the tri-lane. That's why he went for the boots first, and not having enough regen is definitely not good for him in this lane. He's just constantly not at full HP and mana. Oh, he went for a first item bottle as well to sort of fix the situation that he's in, and hopefully they'll be able to get a kill here in the lane.
Yeah, it's kind of I think it's the necessary pickup here. Oh, top lane.
Oh,
Primo getting caught out. They are rotating one more in. Hookshot was used as well. Primo still engaging for this, though. The raise is coming out. 1, 2 available. It's that awkward spot around the trees where you're normally not facing the right way. He does connect on the raise, but KYT thought it would be enough on its own, and it's not. Bit of a missed opportunity there as the ring around the rosy commences in the bottom lane. Juggernaut. Still has a Blade Fury available. Fissure coming through. The cast bouncing nicely. Noki down for the count off the bat. Healing Ward is here. They can plink that and finish it off, and they will do so. TNT Laguna finishes him as soon as the Blade Fury ends. And now on to YO2, who does have a teleport scroll, but doesn't have the mana for it. YO2 is also going to die. It's a terrible situation here, bottom, as they get massacred and immediately forced back. Noki just off to the mid lane now instead. 3 heroes wiped apart by Execration.
That is definitely not good for them. And yeah, the X is actually going to go for a Vanguard first. He picked up a ring of health, and he finishes his wand, magic wand. So he's definitely looking in a very good spot. I think he should have died there in the gang. The Shadow Fiend didn't use the first race. He only used the second and the third race. He thought it was a for sure kill, and he got greedy there, saving one of his razors.
This little spot in the trees is really awkward because, like, if you just run around it, it like points your hero out, like, away from the raise path. So if you want to double raise, you normally wait until you get around the corner. But
yeah,
I
know it's hard for him, but he needed to land. Oh, he's gonna get a kill on the Lina here with the Rubik, but he, at this situation, I think he needed to use, if he started off with his first race first.
Yeah. Oh no, I definitely agree. He should have gotten the kill, but it's just kind of a weird thing with Shadow Fiend. Like, there's certain spots on the map where the pathing like points you, because the way you want to move is not the other heroes past the corner, so they're just running away from you. And you're kind of pointing around the corner. It's just awkward.
It's like it mispoints your hero if you click on the wrong spot, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't land the race. But that's a Clockwork not landing his hook shot there on the Earthshaker. So time wasted for the Clockwork running all the way to the bottom lane and not landing the hook shot there.
Nando now working towards the treads, it looks like, on the Lina. Has fallen a bit behind in terms of CS compared to the enemy Shadow Fiend, of course. So easy to farm those stacks for Toy. They continue to keep the pressure up bottom, waiting for the call down. That's where it feels like they can get hyper aggressive. Oh, they lane ward, but this will be instantly dewarded. A freebie. TNT getting the 50 gold. Very nice for him. They're trying to hold this tower, WinteR. They don't want to give it up this early. Can they? Can they push through?
Clockwork's gonna have a hook shot again, so this time he has to land the hook shot since the SF is coming over.
Fox is in a really compromised position. Very tough to get away from this one. He even walks towards the Clockwork, who doesn't end up going on him in the end. Fissure comes out, connects on 2. Now the cooldowns there also onto KYT. Immediately brought to critical HP, but they do get the Earthshaker. Maledict, one more auto attack. It's only a level 1 Maledict, I think. Yeah, not enough for the kill. Not nearly. We'll back off in the end. Yeah, it looked bad there for a moment, but he's able to make it out.
I think he wanted to hook shot and trade his life for 2 heroes there. If he just missed the hook shot, if he went in and he's gonna get his cogs off. I think the team gets 2 kills, but he has to die for that. I think it's worth it. It's just unfortunate that he didn't land the hook shot there.
Yeah, they're also hunting, having a little fish for Noki, but he backs off in the nick of time. Fox continuing to roam a bit. They're going to start applying pressure on this mid lane. They have the ward behind the tower. So Execration know they can get more aggressive here. But Noki just ever so far back. And it seems Primo is going to follow your suggested item build, WinteR. He is not rushing the blink. Gets the
yeah, I don't think he needs a blink that early. His team is doing very well. And all he needs to do now is keep standing in his lane and forcing someone to come to the lane to take care of the lane. And having a Vanguard certainly means that if they want to kill you, they need to bring at least 3 heroes to come and kill you.
They bring the Clockwork back top, and this frees up the rest of the team to start moving towards bottom with no threat of a hook shot. Execration getting more aggressive here. TNT, the man that gets initially scouted out. Just going to surround the tower. Looks like they're just going to push here, WinteR. Seems ideal. Not really in position to contest this.
The good news is the SF is actually very, very farmed on their side. The other two cores are very far behind, but at least SF is the one having the best time. And forward hook shot.
Finds him. Connects him, Primo. Trapped in the cogs now. Coming in as the Juggernaut has an Invis rune as well as the ultimate. Probably wants to wait for this Berserker's Call to end to go in with the Omni Slash. And the creeps here, well, continuously making it difficult. Now the cooldown coming through. It connects on two. KYT, very low. Force back. Primo takes through it all and continues through on TNT. He ends up going down. The lucky spin at the right moment ends up sealing his fate. And all the while, your Rubik getting punished in the mid lane. Chemo may be the trade here. Toy looking for the secondary raise. Wouldn't be enough with the heal. Will end up being a 2-for-0 around the map. Omni Slash didn't end up going off.
He didn't check his mana pool. He didn't have mana for Omni Slash. Oh dear, that was bad. That was so
normally
bad for
as
them.
Jug, you either get the points and stats, or you get like some sort of plus stats item to give you enough mana for the combo.
You have to, because he used spin, so you have to bottle after the spin to have enough mana for the Omni Slash. He just forgot to do it. I guess because he was in a very tough lane, so he didn't have the maybe usual Ring of Aquila or some stat items. And KYT is gonna find the Witch Doctor. Easy kill for them.
Yeah, that is. It's the wrong neighborhood, that's for sure. Will end up going down, but they still get the tower top before it falls. Meanwhile, Hookshot is available. May try to have a fish here. Burden's gonna make it out.
He just wanted to place. He wanted to place a ward behind, but he got caught out there.
And Fox taking over mid.
Typical support things, LD.
Yeah, this mid ward has really paid off for Execration. They've been able to apply so much more pressure, I feel like. And have a lot more confidence in their movements.
iDeal even
looking for TNT. Solo kill incoming. Easy. Easy takedown. Just kind of snuck up on him from the tree line. And they're now looking for Primo top. Just endless back and forth here. KYT hunting in. He's got the hook at the ready. Primo juking and jiving, but can't dodge the hook in the end. Ends up walking just back at the perfect moment. Now lifted. It's heavy commitment to bring him down, but they will get the kill. Rubik stealing a level 4 Berserker's Call. Calldown is going to force a few heroes back as the Requiem comes out. Toy, Mechs, tanks. There's the Grave, Maledict, Death Ward. Everything committed here to bring down that friggin' Shadow Beam. The Death Requiem almost enough to get the counter kills. Ends up getting nothing. Rocket can't quite do it on Fox. But he will limp back to safety. No TP. Might give KYT one more shot here.
They might get the kill. They might get the kill. That's a ward. They spotted the Earthshaker going top. Oh, the Witch Doctor's gonna keep him alive.
Ah, yes, he's getting healed up now.
Level 2 rocket. It's not gonna get a kill.
He will let one fly, but it's off the mark, it looks like. Yeah, no connection. Of course, this time, you know, when we're looking for the rocket, it doesn't connect. Force staff into a stun, bottom lane. No, just another solo pick. Nando styling on TNT. Just the walk up, stun you. It's nighttime, and the vision's a bit lacking, WinteR, and he's really taking advantage of it.
Yeah, this Juggernaut is definitely not having a good time. Lina is going to continuously pick him off after the Axe. And middle lane, here comes the hook shot. Axe.
Yeah, they need to push him back into the tower. It looks like he's going to call KYT, and the call down connects on 3 heroes. Actually 4 there at the end. Noki walking into it as well. Lina joining the fray here. The stun gets stolen by Rubik as Toy moves forward, muscles his way in. Cask is going to need to bounce perfectly here. Toy now as the Grave wears off. Completely isolated. The dunk never went off, and Toy still kept alive for ages, but chop. Chop, chop, chop. He'll go. Now the fissure. And a hunt for a bit more. He's got a call available. Stunned. Oh, doesn't get the follow-up chop. It's the Burden cleanup crew making it a triple, 4 dead, a 14-6 score. Another tower gonna fall here. Execration just making this game 2 look easy. They are running roughshod. Now they're diving. KYT could be the next man down. Blade Fury coming out from TNT. Are we gonna see our first Omni Slash of the game? He's not bottling up. Finally, he'll start to pop it. He could potentially get chemo here in the trees. Omni Slash up with your head. Takes him down as well. It's for the other direction, and they're not done yet. They've got a hook shot in 8 seconds. Primo no blink dagger, and they continue to chase further and further deep into dire territory. Rocket giving them vision. 1 second for the hook. And then they think better of it. They gallop back the other direction. Lina has arrived. She's almost got a Yules as well as the Force Staff. And I'll back off in the end. There's your blink.
This Lina is so fun. This is like a very similar situation from the last game when they were ahead. They just dive and they just gave away kills. They could have just backed off once more, but they got greedy again, as usual.
Where do you think the Juggernaut goes from here, WinteR? He gets the drums now. Is that like Mask of Madness build still the way to go? Do you think it's too weak here, or what's your plan if you're TNT? I'm really curious to see what we get out of the Juggernaut.
I think you just go for Mask of Madness. You need items to farm quicker, and you can't afford to go Battlefield this game, so it's a way too long build up. Yasha or Mask of Madness would be the best choice here.
Top tower
Okay,
is
just
under
kind of a
attack.
more glass cannon, farming-oriented build. Oh,
Nando.
Nando! I think they got him this time. No, maybe not. The Force Staff almost enough to keep him alive. Fissure, just a bit too late to block the path of retreat. They are going to look for a hook, maybe. No, can't find the opening. As Fox will back off
They're
into the
giving
trees.
away a lot of key kills here. All those kills gave away so much gold towards iDeal. iDeal should be very far behind here, but because of the last like 3 kills at the very least, they gave away so much. Because Execration were ahead, and those kills mean so much for iDeal.
Well, it's gonna settle down a bit. It looks like KYT. No, as I say that, there's the hook. Finds Chemo right in the river. That's a very sad and dead Witch Doctor. He tries to stay alive with the heal, but way too much burst. Down he goes, and now an engagement the other direction. The Blink Call comes through, stealing the call down and dropping it back the other way. Beautiful plays here from the Rubik. Isn't enough to turn it. Primo on the run, pushed back by the Cogs, maybe towards safety. They turn onto KYT, who somehow survives for so damn long off of this. And now they've got YO2 on the run. No hesitation. There's the Laguna. Next is Noki. He tosses and jumps the other direction. Toy looking for the follow-up raise. He's only got the short range one, but TNT is there with the Omni Slash. Fissure onto 2. 3 heroes down in exchange for the 2 of Execration, though. Really was a 3-for-1, as that Witch Doctor kind of died before the fight truly began. Ends up being a 3-for-2. And that will be the end of the fight when the dust settles.
Is it gonna be the end?
I'm jinxing it so that there will be more action. That's what we want, right? That's what we want.
Oh, Shaker's gonna get his dagger soon, so that's gonna be a key item for Execration. It's a very early dagger. He's gonna get it like maybe 19 minutes, 18 or 19. Yeah, actually sooner than I expect. 18 minutes, he's gonna get it.
Jug is going to go into the Yasha, it looks like. So no Mask of Madness, but still going for more attack speed and mobility here. Kind of more glass cannon type style. Chemo again. This is going to be the 3rd or 4th time he's just given up a free kill. Caught out once more.
He's just trying very hard to place down wards there. He wanted to sentry ward so the enemy team couldn't stack ancients. I mean, it's a really nice idea. Just timing of him doing it was very risky. It's kind of his job. It's the support's job to put out vision, but right now it's very difficult for them because they lost a couple of heroes like pickoffs and they lost map control. So whenever you do a move like that, it's a very high chance that you're gonna die because the enemy has already placed their own vision in that area.
Yeah, maybe they should let Nando do the warding since he's a lot more mobile here.
It's actually very common. Sometimes you see teams, they put the wards on the core heroes instead of the supports. A core hero that's very mobile, so the hero goes and plays down the deep wards for your team instead of the supports being unable to actually, because you're not mobile as a support.
Yeah, it's normally either that or the support waits until he confirms where the enemy heroes are first. But you know, Chemo, he's rolling the dice a bit, and it will cost him this time. iDeal now pushing towards the top side of the map, smoking, and there's the Blink Dagger you mentioned, WinteR. Pretty damn good timing here on the Shaker, and certainly helps to have 3 towers down already as they look to rotate on the bottom lane. Looks like they'll give up the tier 1 top. Cliff already used. This will be a last hit to Toy. BKB complete now. He's getting tanky. Suddenly the most farmed here in the game. Almost 1,000 up on the enemy Lina. Primo now trying to back up, but the hook will find Nando. He's the man with the hook shot, or rather with the Force Staff, so he should be able to make his way out of here, forcing himself back. He's got a Yule's available as well. Juggernaut just rushing in, has an Omni if necessary. Now the Blink, the Echo counterplay, but is it enough with the Death Ward coming in? Perhaps it is. Call down on 3. There's so much AoE damage. Can't believe that iDeal haven't died quicker to this. Requiem finally out. We'll turn this even further, 2-3. Execration, despite a pretty damn good Echo, a nicely placed call down and the Death Ward, they don't have the firepower. iDeal just tank through it, and still come out on top.
Not to mention they were fighting with 4 heroes as well because X was removed from the fight right from the start. He was the first one to go down, so Execration tried to fight with 4 heroes even by landing all the spells correctly, but they just, like you mentioned, didn't have enough firepower to finish more heroes quicker because without the X, they are lacking a good source of damage there.
And iDeal are just so damn durable. They've got the healing ward, the dazzle obviously, very strong if there's no chop to counter the grave, and then the Shadow Fiend. He's just like the centerpiece of the fight. Just stands tall with the mech and the BKB, and maybe Execration just need to slow the game down a bit because these constant fights not really going their way as of late.
Yeah, they're trying really hard to take fights. I mean, it's just I feel like they have the necessary tools to win the fights. It's just they didn't take the fights correctly. So I don't really feel that what they're doing is bad or anything. It's just they didn't execute the fights correctly. They didn't get the jump they needed to because in the last fight, Cloudwork was the one who got the initiation.
They're holding on to the mid lane for now. No, not going to give any free tower pushes away, but iDeal are creeping in. TNT maneuvering about.
They need to get the supports first, the Dazzle or the Rubik.
Here's the backstab, WinteR. This could be big. By the way, there's still a stolen Berserker's Call. Just want to mention that quickly. They're looking for the wraparound. Primo's going to look to go in first. KYT's on the back lines. Not normally the hero you want to jump off the start of the fight, but he may be forced into a cooldown. Comes through. No, he is just going to go in KYT. Leaving Toy to his own devices. They get off a decent death ward, but just hooking forward and killing him off. KYT will survive and ends up turning the fight. Now the Requiem forced out. The Juggernaut did isolate, finishing off and just destroying the Gyrocopter. Another takedown for iDeal. This backstab, a horrible train wreck, basically, as Primo tries to run away. He will blink out, but it's going to cost them 3. As well as the tower. Lina did end up going down there in the end. And they're not done just yet. Primo now trapped in the river. The stolen call being used against him. Thrown back into the cogs that were waiting from KYT. The heal comes through. Primo tanky. He needs to do a little more damage for some chops. And that dunk a horrible miss once again. Just tries to throw out whatever damage he can, but won't get the job done. And now iDeal. They're near the pit. They've got the healing ward soon. And WinteR, they're just looking to take this.
Suddenly you make a mistake. It all snowballed from the last fight though. Now they lost 2 fights in a row, so they lost total control of the ring. They were in such a good position before that. Right now, Execration, they need to try and at least steal the Aegis or try to take a fight here with the Echo Slam on the Earthshaker.
They have the call down. It's a really good position to throw it. There's the Blink, the Echo, the Fissure. They've done heavy damage to everybody. The Roche not dead yet though. Aegis snatched by the Juggernaut. Last hit does go to the Dire, but they hold on to the extra life. TNT just going to work here on Chemo. 4-staffing him forward. This Jug starting to dish out quite heavy damage. 4 heroes dead. Lina just waiting around on the high ground, hoping for a free kill. Doesn't hit the stun on the Rubik, only on the Clockwork. Can't get him. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess, WinteR. That was not the fight they were hoping for.
Oh no, that is suddenly the game has totally... They were in cruise control like 5 minutes ago, but not anymore.
And now these heroes start to get scary for iDeal.
Yeah, they have a lot of heat sustain, like you mentioned, with the Dazzle, so it's very hard for them to take a fight right now with the Weave and the Dazzle and the healing ward.
Looking for more.
Things change so quickly.
I have to say, Noki stealing call down fight after fight has just been so big for iDeal. It really feels like the straw that's breaking the camel's back, that he's taking their best team fight spell, arguably, and getting to use it against them every fight.
Yeah, it's usually very difficult to steal cooldown because you activate Rocket Barrage or Flat Cannon right after the cooldown, so it's a very difficult spell to obtain as a Rubik.
You also you don't normally cast it in vision. It's a lot of the times like you're coming around a corner, you know, your teammates are starting the fight, and then you just drop it before you run in, but Noki's just been quick on the draw every single time.
Yeah, right now Execration is in a very, very precarious position. Gyrocopter still hasn't finished his BKB. He had such a great start, but he died 3 times in a row, and they need his BKB ASAP to be able to at least take a fight.
Jug's getting tanky as well. 1300 HP, completes nearly completes the egg. Still needs one component.
He goes for Agony. I actually kind of like this build because he had such a bad start. Like it's an item that allows you to build small items at a go, so it helps you tank up. And without having a good start, I think Aghanims is a really good item to actually solve the issue of you not having that many of items as a Juggernaut.
And I just think they're all getting soaked. You're up against the Lina and the Gyro. You know, we talked about during the draft, just a lot of burst, potentially, especially early to mid-game, but Jug's getting tanky. The Dazzle Weave comes into play here as the game moves along. Oh, top lane Nando looking for Toy, but Toy is far too beefy. That's not even close to being a kill. And now the hook's going to punish him. He already used his 4-step. He's got no way out of the cogs here. Nando will be punished. KYT with the big takedown.
Again, his clockwork this game. He missed a couple in the early game, but he's definitely playing very well for his team after in the mid game and right up to now, landing a lot of crucial hook shots. And now the Earthshaker wants to land a crucial Echo Slam. Maybe
call down the stolen cooldown there. Then the Fisher coming out. We'll hold Noki in position. He's going to try for a new spell steal here, I imagine. Slowly taking damage. The Death Ward's out. He's only going to take a level 1 Battle Hunger away, but Shadow Fiend's the man finding the kills while this is going on. Toy pummeling Chemo, forcing him back. And in the meanwhile, TNT is on a hunt for Burden here. Has the Omni Slash available, but getting juked around the tree line. Toy, well, in the end, will not be able to get an additional kill there. Earthshaker did go down, but that's where the dust will settle, WinteR. Just a Rubik for 2, and again the Lina dying. Such a costly kill.
It's gonna be a tower as well for iDeal, so things are going from bad to worse for Execration. Yeah.
iDeal is it's just looking. They seem pretty calm under pressure here, I have to say, in both games so far today. Showing a lot of poise.
Yeah, they are making much better decisions. Execration are making a lot of very reckless decisions. They are ahead and they try to do too much. They dive and they were just too confident.
TNT does have the Omni Slash available. He's looking for a backline support ideally. Uh-oh, that's a lot of damage on Toy, but mech'd up. Grave as well, keeping him alive for now. Juggernaut going through with the Omni Slash. With the BKBs there on Gyrocopter, he can't quite die just yet. They keep on slashing him, and he will scurry away. Blade Fury, not enough. That first dunk, a cloud of blood. Have I jinxed them, WinteR? I think I've jinxed them. TNT will be next. And now they look for YO2, Blink Dagger. Oh, the chop, the chop, the chop is coming. They dunk him, and now he'll take down a 4th. The jinx is too strong. Look at that gold swing. Jeez.
Man, the team with the Aegis always loses for some reason.
You know,
loses a team.
That was all the BKB on Gyro, it felt like. Like, that totally caught them off guard.
It was also because they landed their spells, right? You know, they call the Shadow Fiend, he didn't get his BKB off, and they follow up with a stun from Lina and all the nukes from Lina, and the Grave, like you mentioned, is useless against Axe. And the Shadow Fiend was just, there was no way out for him.
No escape.
Actually, quite surprised. We didn't talk much about them actually putting the Aegis on the Juggernaut instead of the SF.
What was that? They had like a huge. Oh, that was a chaotic fight, if you recall. They like I don't think they really much time to think about it.
Oh yeah. Because the Earthshaker jumped in at the last moment before the they probably just wanted.
They're just spam clicking like somebody take the Aegis. They actually snatched it. They didn't get the last hit on Roche, so. But yeah, ideally.
Gyro, I think the Gyro got the last hit.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, do you think the Shadow Fiend's the one who should have it?
Yeah, definitely, because the Shadow Fiend is the one with the most net worth.
Yeah. And it feels like he does more than Juggernaut. Like you Omni Slash, and that's the vast majority of your damage generally at this stage of the game.
And not only that, it's like the items he went for. He went for Aghanim, so he's not much of a strong carry build. It's like a utility build. You drop your Omni Slash and that's about it. So
more of like a
but like you mentioned, it was like a chaotic fight, so they couldn't really decide who to put the Aegis on, and they just wanted to pick it up after the rush went down.
Well, that is gonna blunt the iDeal offensive for sure. Gold equalizing experience now Execration's way. In general, they're going to have to play this one a little more carefully, it seems. They're running as a squad of 5 through their own woods, kind of protecting the Shadow Fiend here while Execration are busy setting up some traps around the map. Currently 2 in the trees. And the TP back will come. iDeal, their confidence seems a bit shaken after that one.
Whoever goes top will die. Maybe the SF. SF. Yeah, SF will die as well if he doesn't have backup.
Oh, he will back.
He's gonna finish.
They're so scared right now. Just look at they have very little vision for the Radiant, and the map control is not too good.
They only have one ward on their jungle, so they don't have any wards spotting the top side of the map, and no one is actually going to move there. They are probably gonna farm the lane as a group of 5 at least. I don't know. I think the whole team would be sticking together right now. They need to get like vision, like you mentioned, on at least the top side of the map, like one ward down somewhere. Oh, they don't have wards. So.
Do you? Okay, so the game's slowing. Yeah, they really have. I mean, look at Execration. They've got like 4 sentries, 3 observers all over the map. I think one of them just expired though. But WinteR, let's talk about the like general flow of the game now. It's pretty even, golden experience-wise. Do you think either team has an advantage here as the game moves later? Is there pressure on a certain team to get active, or is this more just going to come down to whoever gets the jump?
I think both teams have a very good lineup, and it's late game wise, both teams have chances, a good chance of like winning the game, and it's going to be down to, like you mentioned, whoever gets the better initiations from the clock or the axe or the earthshaker.
And all those heroes have decent items now. You've got the Aghanim is being constructed in KYT. We've already seen the blink on the earthshaker, now Force under construction. Even Axe with his own blink Force, so a lot of mobility on those key initiating heroes.
You know, when the fight starts, when the Axe decides to jump the SF or the Juggernaut, CLOWNY has to hook shot the Lina to stop the damage from coming in. If he doesn't get the initiation.
They are moving towards the pit here. This is going to be another crazy Roche fight breaking out momentarily. And in they go with the Axe. They get off the initial call. Now the Death Ward coming through. Echo Slave's there as well. Axe tanking for now. The Omni Sledge, though, going to force them all back. It even finishes off the Roche head. It looks like Toy grabbing the Aegis. And this time the Radiant will get the kill. They've lost their Earthshaker. Axe on the run. Everybody backing the hell away. Even with the call down there, it just wasn't enough. Echo Slave even got stolen.
They tanked the full duration Witch Doctor ultimate.
They didn't even take damage, really, it felt like.
The weave from the desert was doing so much work there, giving them armor and the heal.
Yeah.
And the healing ward from the Juggernaut.
Oh, this is a topsy-turvy game, WinteR. I'm just looking at the graph, up and down and all around. Feels like a theme park attraction right now.
Rubik has Echo Slam.
Uh-oh, Primo with the whiffed initiation. Yeah, the stolen Echo comes out only on one hero. Not really the best, but at least he gets it off quickly. Now the stolen call, and he's going to pull the gyro back, but he's punished for this. Nando finds a good target for iDeal. Oh, iDeal, not again. Is this going to be another death push going the wrong way? They have no Requiem. Their Shadow Fiend does have an Aegis available. Blink Call coming out. TNT, well, not alive for now, but he does have the Omni Slash soon. Can he survive long enough to use it? No, he won't get it off. Chemo going to go down next. They get the Lina stun. Shadow Fiend, no Requiem. He's just going to have to do this the good old-fashioned way with some right clicks, but he's getting juked. Primo going for the blink call. He's off the mark. They're going to set up with the Yules here. Stun follow-up. Decent damage. He's tanky, but Lina begins to get more and more attack speed. They go in with the follow-up enchant totem, holding him in position and chopping him down. Another death, another failed push. 3 dead. Mayo 2 barely making it out, so they avoid giving up that 4th kill that they forfeited last time. But WinteR, this Aegis is cursed. It's Jinx. They need to stop taking it.
The team with the Aegis always loses the fight for some reason.
There's some hocus pocus going on in this game, and I don't think iDeal like it very much.
They didn't have their full array of arsenal though, because Shadow Fiend didn't have ultimate there, and his ultimate, by the way, is level 2 for some reason, and he's level 19. It's not a level 3 ultimate. And Juggernaut, like you mentioned, he died before he could. His Omni Slash was like 3 seconds off cooldown, and he couldn't last long enough until he has his ultimate. So they were missing 2 very key spells in that fight.
Clock looking for the hook here on Nano, but just barely off the mark, so he'll make it out. As long as he holds the Yules, pretty difficult target to, or rather the Force Staff, pretty difficult to take him down. We'll move now into the jungle. As the Invis, Aghanim's was completed, and this is very game-changing item potentially.
If he sees the Dazzle, it's instant pop.
Yeah, the Rubik a bit tank here. He's gonna throw out a stun and then thinks better of it. Double Force shenanigans, stealing the Lina stun. Noki just getting ability after ability. Use it to farm. So he's getting close to an eggs, and I mean, there's a Lina ultimate to steal this game. This is another excellent Rubik eggs game. He's getting there.
Yeah, it's a there's so many spells that he can steal, but again, I feel that he can easily be targeted down first by the Earthshaker or the Axe, so it will depend whether they get the jumps off again. I don't think the Rubik stealing big spells would be the biggest thing that would change the fight. I still think whoever gets the better initiation would be the most important factor in the team fights. If Hookshot lands on the Lina and Lina doesn't get her spells off on a key target when Axe jumps, those type of things are more important than Rubik getting a lot of good spells. I think if they actually get a good initiation, it doesn't really matter so much
It's
about the
just
Rubik
style.
stealing.
It's style points, WinteR.
Yeah, style points, basically. But not the most important part of the team fight.
I almost think Execration want to Roche just because they're all 5-manning towards the pit, but of course that is not an option.
Then we can see whether the trend continues. The team with the Aegis will lose the team fight.
iDeal. This must be their fight to win. Now that they have no Aegis, they can actually they can successfully
It would be
engage.
really funny if they win this fight. Dude.
It would be really funny. We're gonna start off with a Dazzle ultimate. This could kick in at the exact moment the fight breaks out. Execration are in a dangerous position here. Could easily be caught out. They're setting up their own trap. Who's going to get the jump? It all comes down to initiation. Nando immediately trapped out. The call is there, but Nando dropping low off the bat. Is he at least going to get off Laguna? Not even. He's dead. He has buyback, but to what avail? YO2 almost dead as well. The Requiem coming out. Burden just running around, not doing any auto attack damage during this time. YO2 now glimmering and scrambling for freedom. It'll be Chemo who's muscled down. They just can't get a kill. The Blake Echo on the Toy, but they need more follow-up. They need more lockdown. He's far too durable. They just can't get the job done, and now the Fissure stolen, thrown back the other way. Trapping Box in, where the Juggernaut is waiting. There's your Laguna blade. Lina has rejoined the fight, trying to turn this one. KYT will be next. It ends up being a 3-for-3 with a triple kill on Toy. And Noki, again, making it back to freedom, but well, that time around, they had to blow a buyback on the Lina just to salvage the fight.
I think iDeal won that fight, because, yeah, it was 4-for-3. So, we were right. The team without the Aegis will... You can't win a fight with the Aegis.
Yeah, and iDeal able to do better without it. So next time they just should let Execration have the Aegis, and then they can win. Then it will be their fight to take.
I still feel the Lina was like, he was so in a bad position when they saw the rocket flare around here, you know. If you saw the rocket flare here.
Yeah.
They landed a rocket flare here and the Lina was standing here. He didn't even...
And they knew they were coming.
Were like here. The gyro was this position, Axe was here. So everyone was at the trees waiting and he was like in the middle for some reason.
And they clearly knew they were coming. Like they were setting up a fight for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe just counting on like the Force staff to get away, but it turned out not to work out.
I don't think you should be in the middle there though, as a Lina.
Well, certainly you can't argue with the results, so.
Yeah.
Nando maybe needing to play more carefully here as the game moves along.
Radiant's middle tower
Basically,
is
she
under
just
attack.
needs... I don't think even at this point, you don't even use the use to set up a fight. You just wait for the Shaker or the Axe to jump in and you just make sure you get your follow-up. You don't have to worry about starting the fight with the use. I think as the Lina in this game, in this situation right now. You just need to make sure you get your spells off after the Shaker or the Axe go in.
Yeah, she didn't even get off the Laguna there until she bought back, and that is a huge part of the damage for Execration.
Oh no, they have a sentry.
This Jug is getting scary, though, on WinteR. He's got a double damage rune now, 2,500 gold. It's getting harder for TNT to be dealt with.
Yeah, but at the same time, if he gets caught by the Axe, he's gonna die. Like,
yeah, it goes both ways.
From full to nothing. It doesn't matter if he has a lot of the items.
But do you really want to focus this Juggernaut when there's a Shadow Fiend to worry about? I guess that's the question for Execration.
Yeah, I agree. Shadowfin is the much bigger target, but at the same time, Juggernaut, if you let him to get a good Omni Slash off, he's still gonna deal a lot of damage. So I feel, regardless of priorities, when you see a good jump as the Axe or the Earthshaker, you just go for it, regardless of it being the Shadowfin or the Juggernaut. You just want to kill them right away with the Culling Blade and the Laguna.
Yeah, it is the recipe for Execration. Heavy burst. I see a D ward now. No gem for either team though, it
smoke.
looks like. Oh, they're going. They're going. As soon as I go to check for gems, the fight's breaking out. Nogi getting up the 2-hero fissure and the lift. Another great play by the Rubik. The 4-step back. He's going to dodge that call. And now the Omni Slash, although it's only on Primo. It's a double damage Omni Slash. I think it's enough to get him anyway, but huge commitment there. Suddenly Burden on the back foot as well. So Laguna Blade tossed out. It'll end the clockwork. Witch Doctor the trade, though, and it's up to Burden to try and man fight his way out. There's the Echo Slam. Fox looking for the turnaround, but the grave, it's going to save him. There's no X, and it's nobody dead aside from Clockwork. TNT will end up going down a bit over eager. They do manage to steal the lead. Stun 4-step to the low ground. Is there a lift? There is, but doesn't get it off. Didn't have the vision down the hill there, it looked like. 4 for 2 in the end. A big win for iDeal, and, well, it's almost time to get the Aegis and lose a fight now. If you're iDeal.
That fissure from the Rubik saving the day there. He got like 4 heroes off the fissure, and it was quite, I think, weird as well. With Gyro was actually the hero leading the charge. You obviously want the Earthshaker or the Axe to lead the charge there instead of the Gyro running into the Rubik as the first hero.
Just keeping the Axe on the defensive as well. Seemed like getting him out of the fight. Then the Grave does a lot of work. We saw it keep the Juggernaut alive for a very long time. But it is Noki again and again, just finding great spell steals, great positioning, and also just creating a lot of havoc in the fights. Whether it's stealing fissure and running away, stealing cooldown, using it offensively, it really feels like he has been the difference maker. Whether or not he needs to be, he's still finding those openings.
Yeah, that fissure from the last fight was definitely crucial. It helped them win the fight for sure, but at the same time, I felt that Execration could have like moved as a unit with the smoke much better with the Axe or Earthshaker leading the charge instead of... I don't think Gyro should be the one moving as the first hero.
That's a good point.
If they were to lead with someone else, if the Rubik doesn't live there, then the whole gank situation changes, right? Because if he dies right away, he wouldn't be able to drop his fissure on all the heroes there.
The Ancients will be contested a bit here.
They see him.
Oh, he blinks away, dodging the hook as it was traveling towards him. Close call. That's like something out of an action flick. It's like Mission Impossible. Just barely escaping seconds before the building explodes.
Okay, so we have a few minutes left to confirm our speculation whether the team gets the Aegis is going to lose the fight again. Roshan is spawning soon.
What are your feelings here, WinteR? Will this be the Roche that, well, hookshot bottom lane is going to catch out Fox on the Earthshaker. He 4-steps out. The KYT continues pursuit. He will have another hookshot very soon, and the rest of the team also getting into position, but ends up blinking out. And we'll retreat. Hookshot just a second or two late there. So now the Hex on Lina.
Roshan is up, so they see it.
Now, do you think the curse goes both ways? Because it's only been iDeal losing with the Aegis, right? In the fight.
Didn't Execration lose as well in the last game when they had Aegis?
Oh, last game. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So it's 3 for 3 on the bad Aegises. Oh, this time it's just a free one.
Okay. Let's see whether we can confirm our speculation once more. Now, iDeal has the Aegis. Are they going to lose the fight? But they have the Aegis on the right hero this time. The last time they had it on the Juggernaut. I think SF is a much ideal target to have the Aegis because he's just much more tankier and he dishes out a lot more damage.
They also have all their cooldowns, which last time, if I recall, they did not. So
yeah, they didn't have the Requiem and the Omni Slash when they do the high ground push.
Let's see, iDeal, third time. Is it the charm, or is it a disaster waiting to happen? Still a very even game here, gold and experience-wise. About 2,500 swing either direction. These teams are neck and neck. But iDeal are continuing to apply pressure here. Top lane pushing out against them. Bottom lane is fairly good, creep equilibrium-wise. So they can force this a bit.
Radiant's top tower.
I don't think we actually talked about the Lina getting a Hex. He actually has a Hex.
I mentioned it, but we have not discussed it. What do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I'm really unsure about it. I actually feel that the Refresher would actually do more this game as for the Lina. I think they are in a position where they need the Lina to dish out more damage because the Gyro alone is not enough.
Yeah, this build from Iwi or Burden is just very defensive. He went for Sanjayasha, BKB, and Satanic, so 0 like true damage items. But Until he completes one.
Yeah,
It's going to be the Lina who has to dish it out.
His build is like giving him a lot of stats and a lot of HP to allow him to survive the Omni Slash and a lot of bursts from the Shadow Fiend. It's not like a typical aggressive gyro build, so the Lina has to... That's why I feel the Lina has to do a lot more work. And with the Hex, he's providing his team disable. I don't think they actually lack too much disable. They have Axe, they have Earthshaker, they have the Cask from Destructor. They have a lot of stuns among the team, among the 5 heroes. So
of course, the call. You can't forget the call.
Yeah, so you kind of feel that the Lina would just need to do more damage instead of having more lockdown.
They just have so much spam, though. They've sat here 4 or 5 waves now, and tower's not been scratched, really. 10 HP gone. Just can't seem to get a wave into the enemy base. Is this where you drop your healing ward to keep the creeps alive?
I think this is the point where you hook shot and start a fight.
They tried for a hook shot, but it was on Nando on the other side of the fight. Force Staff will keep him back to safety. And now they trap Toy a bit out of position. The rocket's coming in. It is going to doink him. Of course, not really the hero you want to focus with the Aegis. And they hook it again. This time a bit deeper, but the Hex comes out on KYT. He's focused around it, and, well, he's dead. No chance of escape there. The Blake, the Echo onto YO2. Fissure finishes him off. Noki could be next. He's barely able to scurry backwards, and in the midst of it all is Toy. One-man army. He has Satanic and BKB. He gets chopped once. Will they be able to fight the second time around? The call's going to be ready in 1 second time. The Death Ward was waiting for him. BKB, Satanic, he's got to heal up. No chance. Another chop and another kill. Primo, the man with the execution, able to finish him off once more. And again, WinteR, 3 times. The curse is confirmed. There's no more debate at this point. Primo looking for the 4th kill. Oh, the chop. The chop. No, the Stone Fissure. Noki again able to make it back. The curse is strong. The curse is very strong.
You can't win a team fight with the... I mean, it's not the Aegis fault this time. The Clockwork hook shot into a position where his teammates couldn't help him out. But then again, maybe it's just the curse. They think they have Aegis, they are actually very strong, but
I'm starting to feel a little superstitious, I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
Are they gonna have to buy back here on the Shadow
jinx,
Fiend?
you know? Maybe because we've been talking about it a lot and it became a thing.
It's getting a little spooky here. It's not quite Halloween yet, but the jinx feels like it is coming. Oh, hook just barely missing. At the double hook, that could have been huge for iDeal. Instead, they get nothing. Don't force the Shadow Fiend buyback, though, which is good news for the Thai squad. Where does the game go from here, WinteR? You're our expert analyst. What's the game plan for each team?
Try not to get the Aegis. I don't know.
Actively avoid the Aegis. Run away from the Aegis.
What's the plan? The plan is obviously to be more composed when you push and try to not overextend. I think even with because the lineup is both the teams have very similar type of lineups. They want to get a jump, they kill someone right away. So you don't want to try to go into a position where your teammates can't help you, like what iDeal did the last fight. The hookshot when he got a very good hookshot into a couple of heroes, but his teammates were just too far to actually follow up on that, and they were just one man down right off the bat because the Clockwork died right away because of his initiation. So it doesn't really matter if you have an Aegis on the SS when you're fighting with one man down.
I don't know. Chat's just now getting to experience that last fight, so I think they would disagree with you and say that it matters if you have it. It's a curse. And it's impossible to win. Man, I just can't believe how poorly these fights have gone when they have the Aegis, but it really does go to show you, WinteR, Execration is tough to high ground. They've got so much spam, so much AoE, and you mentioned the control, that the level of disable they have is pretty outrageous. It's scary to push in.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if the Lina gets a refresher right now with the Hex. It's even more difficult to push high ground.
And then your iDeals, at that point, their cores are much easier to kill. Like, the Shadow Fiend is 3,500 health, and I still think if Lina gets off the double Hex and double ulti, he's quite likely he dies anyway.
Yeah, I think Lincoln's is actually a good item this game for the Shadow Fiend. Because he's dying from the Laguna all the time. When he pops his BKB, the only spell that goes through is Laguna. So when you have BKB and Lincoln's on, that's the only spell it blocks. Obviously it blocks the Culling Blade as well, but he's not going to drop Culling Blade on you before the Laguna.
You know what it is, WinteR?
What?
It's WinteR's curse.
What?
The Aegis curse is WinteR's curse.
Well played, dude.
Hey, I can't take credit for that one. That was all chat, but I have to agree. And meanwhile, action in the Radiant jungle. Now things start to crumble a bit for iDeal. Giving up 2 freebies. Execration flexing their muscles. Getting active on the map.
I'm the WinteR's curse and I'm embracing a game 3. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, you're a curse to the team, but you're a pleasure to have on the broadcast because it means we get to go the distance, potentially. And everybody always likes a good game 3.
I have a birthday party to attend. Please, iDeal.
You're not allowed to have favorites, WinteR. That's not permitted as a commentator. This mid lane is in danger. No buybacks up. 30 seconds on the sideline for the Clockwork. Execration. Can they force their way back in? Stave off elimination here. BTS SEA Cup. Winner of this game. Only 1 match away from at least $1,000 in prize money. Good money, especially in Southeast Asia. There's your 4 staff, but... Or rather your fissure, but not enough. Execration will take the first lane of Rax. They break through and... Well, they didn't really have to work that hard for that one, it feels like. It's the base defending that's been tough for them. With that, WinteR, finally a lead. A lead here for Execration.
Invisibility.
It can still go anywhere. 1 Rex at this stage is nothing. 1 side of Rex. And I'm kind of disappointed the Clockwork is going to get Heaven's Halberd though. I think Lotus Orb is much better, or even the Lincolns this game. Because you have to understand, your carry is dying to the nuke. He's not dying to someone right-clicking him. Like, obviously, the Gyro is dealing a lot of right-click damage, but they are dying because of the force.
Oh,
What's going on? What is going on?
Oh no,
LBC.
not again. iDeal.
iDeal. Going for the rush.
They should know better than to go for this anymore.
Take that as tribute.
It's going to be up in a minute, but the timing not quite right here on the smoke.
But going back to my point where I felt like the Lincolns or Lotus Orb on the Clockwork, it's going to be much more helpful than the Heaven's Halberd.
I imagine he'll complete it at this point, as he has gone all the way into the Sanj.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to change his mind, but I just feel that the 2 other options he has would actually be... There's more potential of you turning a fight with those 2 items compared to a Heaven's Halberd this game.
And we'll push down the top lane now. Burden getting aggressive here. Working on the tower. Fox with the enchant totem.
Okay, you go for the Roshan. You go for the Roshan now. Okay, maybe not. They're just gonna push without the Aegis.
That would just be proving our point. If they give up a lane of Rex to try and get this Aegis. At that point, they almost certainly lose the game. So they'll defend instead. But Execration starting to feel more confident
I'm
now.
worried for Execration though. They're pushing now. They can actually go for the Aegis themselves. They have map control, so it's much easier for Execration to get the Roshan.
They are getting out of the base here. Toy's pretty far back, and he's doing work. MKB up, Burden taking heavy damage. He gets Hex, though. First rocket's going to connect Nando from the trees. Now they get the call down to follow up. The Berserker's call also there to try and keep this fight going their way. Omni Slash coming through onto Burden, bouncing to Primo, but they're so damn tanky, courtesy of the axe, and well, in the end, the turn comes from Fox. Echo Slam on 2, looking for Toy, calls there as well, traps them both, but Toy tanks, stands strong while the rest of the team completely falls apart. Can he do it alone? Requiem now, kind of late to the fight. TNT's in deep. It's suddenly a 4v1, 5v1 with the buyback. Earthshaker engaging onto this, a manly move from Fox, and Toy will crumble. It's a team wipe. It's devastation here in the top lane. The double buyback is deployed, but there's no stopping Execration now. The gold piles into their coffers, and they are looking to make this a 3-game series to push it the distance. Going to be very tough to hold from here if you're iDeal. They go for the call on Toy. Hex as well. So much lockdown, so much control. BKB's getting popped. There's the Laguna off the bat, bringing him down to half HP, completely unable to fight. He will Satanic turns, kills off Primo. Can he get more? Nando With a follow-up stun, the Glimmer Cape is available here. Keeps him alive. The gem hits the deck. They don't have vision right now. Juggernaut running in circles. He's going to be an Omni Slash soon. Execration. Is this the reverse all kill? That's a dieback on the Gyrocopter. They might even lose Primo Omni. Oh, no. Primo trying to run the Omni's going to finish him off. It's a team wipe. It's 5 dead. iDeal. Don't count them out just yet. Don't get the Aegis. Don't you dare get the damn Aegis. No, don't do it, Noki. Noki, you have a chance. Don't throw it away.
I tried my best, but I failed to make your all-dead impression.
I can't believe that fight. I mean, still, when you look at the graphs, it's not a pretty sight here for iDeal WinteR. They're looking rather poor, but they're trying to find these additional kills. Primo does end up getting caught out. This could be a dieback on the Axe. This could be a double dieback for Execration, and that may end up costing them Omni Slash not up for 25 Fissure. No, Toy's running in. He's committing for this. The Echo Slam's there. TNT also in a bit of danger. Omni Slash in 12 seconds or so. He might be able to survive long enough. Rubik diving deep. Gets the Lina. Lina dies back. It's a triple dieback for Execration. Get your shit together, boys. What's going on? iDeal are snatching victory from the jaws of defeat here as Noki plunges in again. They've got the Omni. Another kill. 4 dead. It might be 5. Lumic on the run. Kimo glimmers the safety. Complete train wreck. A buyback on the Earthshaker. Will this be dieback number 4? Fox, no Echo. Little that he could do here, but watch the base be bullied down. They're going for the throne. iDeal is going to take this 2-0. Execration. What went wrong? You had it. The Aegis curse, not strong enough, and it's because they didn't go for it the 4th time. Fox will die. Gemo heard it back to low. It's a quadruple dieback, and it is going to be GG. The throne is down. Execration. Oh my. Oh my. What a game.
Radiant victory.
Thoughts?
They should have gone for the Aegis.
You got your wish. You get to go to your friend's birthday party. I don't think Execration will be happy about how this ended.
It was fun. Game
Man,
was fun.
What a game. Oh my goodness.
I have to actually commend you on your point that Rubik would actually do a lot. I agree. He did a lot this game.
Thank you. It's not often I get any positive compliments from you.
Wow, the flames are real once more. But yeah, you're right. And Rubik was like one of their key heroes in all the fights. He did a lot of work stealing in the last fight he stole Fissure and Laguna Blade, and he did so much damage. He killed the Lina when the Lina was like 4 staff away. So he made like 1 or 2 key kills on the buyback heroes and just basically won his team the game.
He really made the plays here, and you know,
should have went for the Aegis. Man, I'm serious.
You're such a clown, dude. I can't take you seriously.
I'm serious. There was Ro16. They had map control, and they could have gotten the Aegis before they tried to push. I mean, they still won a fight, but iDeal. It's a very common trend we see in the last 2 games with Execration. They win a fight, but they don't run away. The enemy buys back. They continue to stay. Like at that point, when the enemy bought 3 heroes back, they could have just back off here, seriously go for the Aegis and just push again after that. Man, it's legit point. Why are you laughing at me?
No, I'm laughing at the game. Just thinking back on what a crazy game that was. Oh, it's good to be back casting some SEA Dota, and I'm looking forward to doing more in the coming days, man. This was like full on Russian Dota. Really, that was crazy.
It was fun.
Well, WinteR, thank you as always for joining me, buddy. It's a pleasure having your insight and your dank memes as well. Any closing words here for the viewers? Are you gonna curse them too?
No, I was just gonna say, the question of the day remains: to go for the Aegis ? Or not to go for the Aegis ?
My favorite part of the cast was when the game ended, and normally that's where like you say something like to analyze the game, and you just didn't say anything for like 10 seconds. You just sat there like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to...
I said something. I said they probably should have went for the Aegis. Man, why are you trying to throw me under the bus?
It's my job. It's my job. All right. Well, that wraps it up today. I guess we could look at our brackets here before we close it down for the evening, guys. But this means that in the end, Execration will be eliminated. iDeal are going to play either First Departure or the Bananas. And we'll see who the final 4 teams in to move into the top 8. But, of course, top 4, all guaranteed prize money. So these teams that advance only need to win 1 more BO3. Just straight single limb here. Quick and easy. And that's pretty much it.
Am I seeing you tomorrow?
Yeah, I think
not
so.
Not seeing you technically, talking to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to get you here in the studio, man. It feels a little there's this empty chair next to me, and I just look very lonely right now.
I'm sorry, but I'm 10,000 miles away.
Okay. WinteR, thanks as always for joining me, buddy. Guys, you can follow him at WinteR myself at LD and of course, if you enjoyed the cup, be sure to support it. We will have a Dota TV ticket coming out in the future. But it probably won't be for this one. It'll be for the remaining 17 cups in the series. So with that wraps up the broadcast. We'll rebroadcast for those who missed it. Definitely recommend you watch the last game VODs at youtube.com/BeyondTheSummit TV. And of course, if you enjoyed the show, be sure to give us a follow here on Twitch. Or if you want to go the extra mile, you can subscribe. So thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you tomorrow for more SEA action.